the things about becoming master of our livery company is you're faced with a tradition of events that will happen and events that might happen. And one of the things that certainly occurred to me is that nobody has any idea what the new incoming master might believe in, think about, or just generally want to do. And there's this belief in any membership organisation that the master, the chairman, whatever, the president, I'll stick to master. Well, I was president of the institute once, that's another story. And they all expect you to have a great mission or theme or something. It's not quite like that. We've got a strategy for this company which we have worked on endlessly. I say that as a management consultant, and I would relate to all of you that we do this for a living. The other thing about management consultants is sometimes we're not always very good at implementing strategies, so we go and pull the tree up again to see if it's still alive, and then put it back in the soil, and after being pulled up and shoved back in the soil a few times, don't be surprised the tree dies. So, do I have a vision? Do I have a theme? Well, the first thing is I'd say to you is all good things come in threes. Yesterday, as a master, I went with Adele, our clerk, somewhere. We went to a special briefing by the Lord Mayor. The subtext was, we're a very philanthropic organisation, beat the drum, get money. It wasn't quite as bald as that, but there was one key thing that struck me. He described the Corporation of London sits there. On another side you've got the commercial city, financial services, biggest and best in the world. Stunning actually, I'm told that the contribution from our financial services outstrips the sum of the next 3 big cities in the world. The third is the civic city, and the 3 link to each other, and the Lord Mayor said actually we're not very good linking the livery, the city, civic city, and the commercial city. You know, there's about 350,000 people working in the commercial city, and there's about 20,000 liverymen. Bit of a mismatch in terms of getting the message across. And in fact, many of the liverymen don't work in the city. So there's a model there, and part of our role, which came out of the ceremony you've just heard, is actually for all of us to try and get the word about the civic city understood. And the Lord Mayor, who says quite boldly he's a salesman, said, I want to get the message that wealth is quite an acceptable thing. So I thought, well, that's pretty reasonable. Management consultants, we're all very good at that. We get the point. And so he has his theme of creating wealth, giving time, helping people. Well, I have to say, we do an awful lot of the giving time and we do an awful lot of helping people. We're a modern company. And another model in threes, which I've stuck to over the years, is that management consultancy is represented by a 3-legged stool of the Management Consultants Association, the Institute, and ourselves. 3 bodies that represent the industry and profession of management consultants. And being a very good management consultant, I'll decompose that now down to ourselves. We have 3 legs: philanthropy, education, and fellowship. And the civic city overlays all that. Now, I make no bones about it. Philanthropy, the pro bono work we do, I'm passionate about. It's what I do, it's what I enjoy, it's where I came from when I joined the company, and I'm delighted, as I said in the past, that John Cornell took the mantle when I had to hand it over, because we have a rule that when you're a warden you can't also chair a committee, which is fine, because I'm now discovered as master, it's quite hard work. Yeah, you get pulled into all these dinners and lunches. No, it's not. It's actually hard work. Ask my wife, the mistress. Isn't it wonderful to have a wife called the mistress? Another day. She sat here. You can ask her about that later. They're talking. Right. Now, talking threes, the thing is that what we are trying to do, we, my fellow wardens and myself, is produce 3 years of continuity to make and implement our strategy, make it work. And we basically realised that we are a great modern livery company. Nobody's ever said it before. And if I go and quote the Lord Mayor yesterday, let's go and shout about it. We are a great modern livery company. We do loads of pro bono work. That's one of the things we're famous for. And as I said at the installation dinner and in my letter to the membership, The other legs have sort of shriveled a bit, so we're really going to work hard as well on improving the area of education and improving the area of fellowship and our linkages with the Civic City. The last year, my predecessor Edward put a lot of effort into linking with the Civic City. I'm picking up on that. It's actually quite daunting. You get thrown into a room of another 100 masters and 100 clerks and you think, can I ever remember any names? So there's a cheat there. You get to know the people immediately before and after in the queue. We're 105, we're always last in the queue. It's easy. If you're Skinners, you're up there at the top. So we're not, we're at the bottom. It's easy. We're modern, we represent current professions. That also came out of the ceremony today. We do seriously represent the current profession, and that's how it goes. And so, what I've tried to do is kick off 3 years of hard work to really pick up where our forebears, 21 years old, the company, were going to make this really into a great company. Those of you I welcome as members, you may have remembered this from the letter that I sent out, slaved it by hand, signed everyone. Those of you who are not members and welcome today, we're a good bunch of people. We are actually a really nice bunch of people. I would welcome you as members. And the things that we've been trying to do and focus on now, will be doing, is we're going to refine the governance and the organisation by which the company moves. It's quite a mystery until you get into the middle of it. And then you find it's still a mystery because there seem to be committees here and things that you don't quite work out where they fit. We've just about got it right. But one of the key things is we're going to introduce the concept of panels so that if any members want to start any activity, they can then just create a panel. We have the mechanism for acknowledging that, putting the company name behind it. And what I mean by this is anything from music. There's a very vibrant music group. Some of them play, some of them sing. Some of them do both, and some do neither, I think. But we have a faith group. And I mention that because it's something actually where many of us in management consultancy, sometimes, seriously, you at one stage you tend to lose your faith, typically when you're up against it with a difficult client. Think about it. We want to improve our professionalism. Our clerk has lifted our game in terms of how we behave and perform. We want to do more of that. And we want to make our meetings and all our communications more professional. We don't want to go over the top and just follow the management consultant's guide to making meetings. That's ridiculous. But we have to take things more seriously in some ways. And I say that, and I'm the one who's parading here, smiling, as behind our mace, which was creaking today. So our beadle, Mervyn, was saying, we've sprung a leak, because it was as we walked out, it was going click, click, click as we walked out. But these are small details. Our communications have got to be better. The website, I hope the website meets your needs. I've been responsible for a great chunk of it, so it clearly meets your needs. If you have any problems, tell me. master@WCoMC.org. Direct to me. And Norseman will say to me that I will answer emails and I just bring all this problem on myself of providing too much customer service to the point that I ended up with 400 emails to clear this week. I've got there and back to 4. And I said, if you have a problem, please email me. That is what the three of us are trying to do, is to really help make this company grow from a successful company into a great company. And the final thing is the events program, refining it. So yes, this is an example. We used to have a lecture as the first event. Okay, everyone has lectures in the run-up to Christmas. Why not have a meeting like this, where, I'm going to stand on my hind feet, and I hope in a year's time David will do it again, 2 years' time Nuzman will. And I want you to ask me questions about what we're trying to do. Also, by the way, we're the only thing between you, the wine, and the food. So it will be a short meeting, I'm sure. But those are areas, 3 areas, that we are driving towards. We want the company really to become truly great. And what I found, even in my early days as master, is many of the other companies, they're very traditional, they're doing stuff as they've always done 400 years. We're 22 years old. We are a current, real profession, and we've got a lot going for us. We have a lot of charities who just say, what you've done for us is brilliant. We have a lot of members who get help from other members, and we'd like to encourage that. We'd like to encourage experienced people to mentor younger, newer consultants. We can do that. And also it's out offline from the day job of consultancy, where you might have another person. But it's what fellowship's about. If you can't trust your members of this company, who can you trust, is my view. So that's basically the three things. You won't remember those, but what we're focusing on. I've had too many threes. Go back to the basics. Philanthropy, education and fellowship. I've talked about the philanthropy, and I know John, I can't see John Cornell, oh, he's over there. I know he wants to nab one or two people to volunteer for some clients who've just approached us in the last 48 hours. Did you want to talk anything about those, John, or just later? Later, he's shy chap. Moving on to education. Get me on back. John used to be my boss. Isn't it lovely having him? But now, the important thing is education. I'd like to just ask David, because education has been one of his passions as he's developed inside delivery. David, a few words.
Okay. Thank you, Patrick. Well, as Patrick said, the three of us are planning to turn this from a fantastic to a really, really great company for you, with you, because it's no good doing it to people. You've got to be part of it, you've got to be enthused. My particular interest is, if you like, turning us into a source of thought leadership, not just in the city, but more broadly. And if we think about what we hear just about every day about this problem, that problem, the other problem, an awful lot of it, frankly, is down to people just being a little bit unclear about what needs to be done, pretty unclear about what are the facts, ... That is an absolutely typical role for management consultants. So, in a sense, as a livery company, we're incredibly well positioned to influence and get people thinking about what needs to be done. And I'd certainly like in my year to see us as a body having a stronger voice, bringing people that we really respect to come and talk to us, engaging some of the other, particularly the modern companies, who are quite open to working together to help focus on some of the small number of big topics that are worth talking about, beyond our immediate consulting interest, but as a body we can, I think, create a position where there is a view and we can express it. And I think if we do that, that'll be a great basis to take the company forward over the next 2 or 3 years. And I think Norsman's going to talk something about the fellowship and what you'll be encouraging to do in your time.
Thank you very much indeed, Master and First Warden. First of all, a very warm welcome to all of our guests, and it's lovely to see so many people here supporting Freeman and Liveryman as well, and indeed to welcome Robert Fontaine back as well. Occasionally people get misdirected, but they do come back home. So well done to Robert. I'm very proud to be a member of the Worshipful Company of Management Consultants. The Master has outlined some of what our theme is about, as has the First Warden. A great modern livery company is a company that must be vibrant, and being vibrant is about having a diverse range of members, young and old, experienced, less experienced, people from different elements of our profession. And the one thing I always say to people, and as many of you know, I am chair of the membership committee, and I'll be stepping down in December, and Michael Rutherford will be taking over that role. When I meet people, I often say, what has made the difference to my life in this company? And I say life. As we progress in our careers, wherever we are in our careers, the most valuable thing we can ask for is friendship. Friendship in its widest context. We use the term fellowship in our organisation. And fellowship, to me, was about people who wanted to have a sense of belonging, a sense of community, people that wanted to share their knowledge, their connectivity, more experienced members who have had the pleasure of being partners and well-paid in companies, helping up-and-coming management consultants to do well. Many of us are now working for ourselves or in smaller consultancy, and the fellowship is that, but But it's also things like establishing a faith group for those that have never thought that that was something you could do. It's about finding things bottom up from yourselves that you'd like to do, because under Patrick's leadership, we intend to help facilitate the happening of many different types of things that everybody can get involved in. I'm really, really so proud to be here today and to tell you that I think that in a very few short years we will have a stronger sense of community because we're engaging everyone and we're listening to everyone. And that is, for me, the most important thing about the Worshipful company of management consultants. So for those of you that are not members yet, we have application forms. We're taking direct debit, cash and small instalments. Thank you very much.
You can't stop it. Well, look, that's basically what the three of us wanted to say. The theme of becoming a great company is about membership, it's about growth, it's about getting more people into membership, people you work with, people who you feel understand our values. Crudely, as a consultant, you spend ages getting money off clients, why not give some money back into civilization, into the community? But that was such a crude sort of sales pitch, we never put it up on the website. However, if you think about it, philanthropy is what the Civic City is all about. It's a great bunch of people. And I really enjoy my time here, and I was just thinking there's a lot more years probably still to do this. Foolishly I volunteered to become a warden, and then, slowly but surely, here I am. I hope that in my year we do move forward. We've had a great number of people join us today and being promoted within us to delivery. I hope over the next 4 or 5 admissions in my year we're going to carry on doing that, and we'll carry on in the future doing that. That's it. Growth, membership. Please invite other people. As Nusman says, forms are everywhere. They're on the web. If nothing else, download them from the web. It's dead easy. Any questions, ask me. Those people who still find it difficult to log on to the website, please ask for lessons from myself or Liz Walker, who sadly can't be here today because she's with royalty. So I think even that upstages us. Can't have everything, can you? But look, any questions now? This is a bit like the Lord Mayors do yesterday, and of course everyone was silent, and then somebody stood up very gingerly and asked a question of the Lord Mayor, and we had a few questions, and then we all had a drink. You're welcome to have a drink and nibbles. It's all now been laid out. You don't need. But has anybody got a question before we do that? Please, any question about what we're up to? Well, that was quick, wasn't it? Come on, yo! Look, in that case, no, seriously. Look, if there are, if anyone has questions, come and ask me personally. Particularly people who are thinking about joining us, but also existing members. Just check out that I'm not totally loony, but I'm dead passionate. This is what I do, as everyone knows. Like Denise, right? I throw energy at most stuff. Then I'd be carried off. So at that point, any questions? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for coming tonight. That was basically it. The rest of the evening is just to talk and enjoy the food, enjoy the company, and have a great time. And don't give us too much of a hard time. Thank you all for coming tonight.